Bobby Boyette making his way to the ring, and he's somebody who's made an impact in ECPW in a very short period of time. Began wrestling in 2022, but made his ECPW debut earlier this year when he defeated Ryan Schimmel back in May, and he actually challenged for the Celtic Roots Championship back in June, and was a very credible challenger indeed. Over 300 pounds, no gimmicks here. Former AAU national champion, and began wrestling in 2022. Has wrestled in IPW and PEI as well as Kaizen of the mainland. And as I said, he's proven himself very capable here in ECPW in his short tenure in Cape Breton. I don't know if the fans are happy to see him, but they certainly know that they're seeing a big-time competitor.
And his opponent, hailing from Halifax, Nova Scotia, is the Kid, Rudy Lockhart.
Well, here's some of the fans are certainly happy to see. The Kid, Rudy Lockhart. Boy, this guy's become a fan favorite. Has that fighting spirit. Had a victory over Joey White in June and fought to a wild no contest with Ethan Knight a few weeks ago. He might still be feeling the effects of that, but I can tell you he's pretty happy out there right now. Listen to the crowd. They love this guy. What's not to like? Ethan, his rivalry with Ethan Knight, already the stuff of legends. Rudy Lockhart wrestled in 11 different companies in his rookie year of 2023. And also worked in the New Japan Dojo. Has a pinfall victory over Lincoln Steen in a tag team match in his ECPW tenure. And went through a table from Ethan Knight in that four-way match for the Celtic Roots title. Has become a household name for Maritime wrestling fans, and obviously, you don't need me to say it. Decided side advantage goes the way of Bobby Boyette, but look at Rudy Lockhart. Does he look concerned? I don't think so. He is ready to go. Underdog spirit. As Lockhart in the red, Boyette in black and yellow. Jeremy Murray, the referee in charge. And he'll ring the bell, and we are ready to go. Should be a great contrast of styles here between Boyette and Lockhart. As Boyette poking fun at the size of Lockhart. Rudy Lockhart has said not afraid. He's not going to back down from anybody. Lockhart has the fans on his side, no doubt about that. Lock up in the middle of the ring to get us going. And there is that power advantage we just talked about. Bobby Boyette able to fire Lockhart into the mat. Now using all of his weight into Lockhart. Big chop as well. Boyette again over 300 pounds. Big man. And he's used that advantage already to ground Lockhart. And starting the sarcastic chants of Rudy. Fans are behind Rudy Lockhart, though. There's no doubt about that. They love this guy. As Lockhart trying to take down Boyette. As thrown down to the mat is Rudy Lockhart. Boyette now. Duck there by Boyette. Lockhart using his speed. That's what he's going to have to do in this match. Ducks under Boyette. Maybe uses lack of size to his advantage. Forearm. Sunset flip attempt. Boyette now. Can Lockhart bring him down? Tough to do with the big man. And now Boyette fires Lockhart into the corner. Referee Jeremy Murray had to get it a dodge as Boyette fires Lockhart across the ring. Boyette, using all of his power back elbow into Rudy Lockhart, who's in a world of pain right now, no doubt about that. Boyette, powerful forearm on Rudy Lockhart. As Lockhart now taken down into the ropes. And again, the 5 count being administered by Jeremy Murray. As Lockhart in a world of hurt here. As Boyette brings Lockhart back up. Takes him down and slams him onto his knee. Right into the back was where the impact was being felt there for Rudy Lockhart. Now being stretched out. So much power in Bobby Boyette. As Lockhart feeling the impact. As he's thrown to the side is Lockhart. Bobby Boyette very much in control of this matchup, but he can't take Rudy Lockhart for granted. Great fighting spirit on the young Lockhart. As Boyette has Lockhart where he wants him, backed into a corner. And an elbow right to the head of Lockhart. Whipped into the ropes, and Lockhart almost went halfway across the ring. As Boyette. And Lockhart as Boyette steps onto the back of Rudy Lockhart. Oh boy, that's going to leave a mark and is going to leave some pain in the back of Rudy Lockhart, no doubt about that. I talked earlier about how Lockhart would try to use his speed as be one of the advantages he has over Boyette. Now Boyette's kind of slowed the match down to his terms. Oh, and a kick to the head, perhaps the proper counter Lockhart was looking for. Almost a modified sleeper there by Lockhart in the middle of the ring. Jeremy Murray will have to be on alert to make sure Boyette's still with us, but backed in to the ropes is Lockhart. And again, Boyette using that size advantage. As down to the mat he goes. As Boyette able to take Lockhart down. Duck of a clothesline. Lockhart launches himself into the midsection. Boyette feeling that, but he's still on his feet. Oh, potential Hurricane Rana, but it's blocked by Boyette. Now Lockhart, some blows. Oh, and he's thrown into the turnbuckle. Lockhart gets right back up at the second rope. Aerial assault. Oh, but the crossbody is countered. Boyette's got him in the middle of the ring. Oh, and down to the mat. Boy, you could feel that from here. All the weight of Boyette's back going right into Rudy Lockhart. Rudy Lockhart now in a world of trouble. Pinfall attempt, middle of the ring. 2.5. As the Boyette is worn down Rudy Lockhart, but Lockhart not giving up just yet. As powerful forearm to the back there of Lockhart, who trying to get himself to the ropes. Boyette putting his foot on Lockhart. And you hear Jeremy Murray saying, get off of him. As Rudy Lockhart in the middle of the ring in a world of hurt. Bobby Boyette, the 300-plus pounder out of Louisiana, is going to work now on the arm of Lockhart. Pretty much gone to work on every body part using that size advantage here tonight. Oh, into a bear hug, and this is a very, very painful maneuver if you're Rudy Lockhart right now. As Boyette grinding Lockhart down. Fans cheering for Rudy Lockhart. Listen to them go. They want to see him rally in this matchup. Lockhart using some forearms there, getting them to the head of Boyette. Lockhart ducks the counter. Lockhart trying to do whatever he can to try to somehow ground Boyette. Boyette, powerful shoulder right into the side of the head of Lockhart. Lockhart, clever reversal. Drop kick, but again, Boyette remains on his feet. Another drop kick. Boyette's still on his feet. Kind of in the story of this match for Lockhart. Not able to get Boyette down, but now he's got him outside the ring. To that painful grass they've been talking about all night. None too pleasant an impact coming out of the ring for Bobby Boyette. Potential high-risk maneuver here for Rudy Lockhart. He didn't know where he wanted to go. Thinking about going through the middle of the ropes. Oh, right into Boyette. And he ends up going right into the chairs there at ringside. Boy, we're lucky he didn't go into those fans there. And you can see the grass now on the back of Bobby Boyette. Jeremy Murray gets the count started, trying to get these guys back in the ring, and it looks like they'll return in prompt fashion. Lockhart making his way up to the top rope, perhaps. Looks like a high-risk maneuver here. Has the crowd on his side. I don't know if he can afford to waste any more time, though. Up to the top rope. High-flying crossbody. It's countered. Boyette, his move is countered. Now Lockhart reversal. It's Boyette counter again. Middle of the ring. As Lockhart and Saguri feeling the impact there is Boyette. And down to the mat goes Boyette. Lockhart has him in his sights. Rudy Lockhart now. Be going up to the top rope, perhaps. Bobby Boyette again in his sights. Lockhart, oh, headbutt. Right into Bobby Boyette, pinfall attempt, 2. And a 3 count. What a victory for Rudy Lockhart.
The Kid, Rudy Lockhart.
Goes up to the top rope for a high-risk maneuver, and it pays off. That flying headbutt grounds Bobby Boyette. And what a victory for the Kid, Rudy Lockhart. And boy, you talk about somebody that never fails to impress. David Goliath matchup. David prevails, Rudy Lockhart. The Kid finds a way to get the victory. Fans here loving what they've seen from the Kid. He gets a big win over Bobby Boyette. He's strutting, and why not? Rudy Lockhart victorious over Bobby Boyette. You're watching ECPW's Exhibition Explosion from the Northside Exhibition, ECPW on Rogers. Ryan Schimmel, what an exceptional debut. And we want to see more of him, no doubt about it. I think the people in the ECPW offices were sufficiently impressed. Tables right below them. Oh my God! A superplex through the tables! Talk about a fixture in ECPW. Lincoln Steen, veteran of 50-plus matches in ECPW, and of course, he is the current heavyweight champion here in ECPW. And you talk about a guy who, as talented a wrestler he is, has not necessarily carried the title with a lot of pride, as he was able to retain that championship by getting disqualified against Cody Deaner and against Jonathan Cross in previous title matches. But he's someone who is more than capable. We talked about his pedigree. He is a multi-time ECPW champion, former Celtic Roots champion as well. Over 20 years experience, and he's been a champion in PEI, New Brunswick, and Ontario as well. So he's someone who's been able to get it done. And he captured that championship when he ended Charlie Hubley's reign, sending him packing from ECPW. Which no fans were particularly happy about last June, but full credit to Lincoln Steen that he has managed to hold on to the championship since then. But he'll have his hands full tonight as he looks to defend the championship. And of course, he is going to be wrestling the Moondog, Dylan Davis, in October at that big show coming up. And whether or not that'll be a championship match, well, that depends on whether he's able to hold on to the title. But he's going to have a game opportunity to prove himself tonight. But another big test for the champion, Lincoln Steen. Great crowd here outside in the elements. ECPW's Exhibition Explosion on the North Side Exhibition. Always so great to be here in the outdoors every year watching some great professional wrestling. Big title match coming up now.
His opponent from the Crossroads, Jonathan Cross.
From the Crossroads, indeed, and we were just talking about Lincoln Steen's most recent title defense. It was Jonathan Cross that got his hand raised, albeit by disqualification, so pretty much a no-brainer for the ECPW Championship Committee to say, hey, Lincoln Steen didn't win that match, so let's give Jonathan Cross a rematch. Jonathan Cross, the current DIY champion in Halifax for over 200 days, has victories over JP Sims in ECPW. A challenge to the Celtic Roots Championship back in May, and a tremendous matchup against Justin Newhook. Also has a win over Anthony Harlem in his ECPW tenure. As began wrestling in 2021 and made his ECPW debut in 2022. And of course, was the winner of the Sam McLean Memorial Rumble back in May. And that was what gave Jonathan Cross the title match that took place less than 2 weeks ago in New Waterford. So he won the Rumble, earned himself a championship match, picked up a victory in that match by disqualification. So, of course, a no-brainer that he would get a rematch for the championship. So big opportunity here for Jonathan Cross, well earned. And boy, he's proving himself popular. He's going out to meet all the fans. Is he going to go get himself an ice cream before the match? I'm not sure that would be particularly a good pre-match diet, but it's great to see. We talk about the fans watching. They're literally watching from the balcony over there. And Cross is making sure they know how appreciated they are. And Jonathan Cross, the challenger. And Lincoln Steen looks none too impressed with his challenger here. But he knows, based on what he saw 2 weeks ago, what kind of opposition Cross is going to provide. As Jonathan Cross making his way back to the ring. So again, the youngster Cross, no stranger to championship matches, and perhaps that experience will serve him well tonight. Maybe tonight is the night champion Lincoln Steen goes down. Great crowd on hand, and they are appreciated by Jonathan Cross. As fans loving Jonathan Cross, and they hope tonight that he can unseat the champion Lincoln Steen. Jeremy Murray, a referee in charge for this championship bout. This should be a great contest. taking us into dusk, this championship match. Great backdrop here at the exhibition in North Sydney. Nice to be outside. And fans loving what they're seeing, and they'll love it more if they see a title change, I'm sure. As Steen will hand his championship off to the referee, Jeremy Murray. And who will be getting the title belt back at the end of this match? As scattered applause at best for Lincoln Steen. And he's still holding that championship belt. He doesn't want to give it up to the referee, Jeremy Murray, but he's going to have to. And, of course, whoever is champion at the end of the match will get the belt back. That was Steen at the end of his match against Cross less than 2 weeks ago, although it was Cross that earned the victory by disqualification. So rematch, well merited. As Lincoln Steen letting the fans get to him already here. Doesn't matter the location. Different fans in North Sydney and then in New Waterford, but same response. Jeremy Murray holds up the championship. That's what it's all about. Title on the line here. Big opportunity for Jonathan Cross. I guess you could say this is the new biggest match of his career after his first title match 2 weeks ago. Will the second time be the charm for Cross? We will see. Should be a great one, though. Jeremy Murray checking the referee. Jeremy Murray checking both opponents for weapons. As fans here in North City have been treated to a great night of wrestling action. The ECPW exhibition explosion here on the grounds in New Waterford. Busy month of August for ECPW. Be at Daniel's Ale House this Saturday coming. As these wrestlers leaving it all on the line for the fans here in North Sydney. Crowd behind Jonathan Cross. You can hear him. And the fans still with not a lot of respect there for Lincoln Steen. Great job by Chad Tobin and Shane Wilkie this evening, as well as earlier this month in New Waterford at ringside, capturing all the pictures. Boy, they do a great job. As we got to lock up in the middle of the ring, and I guess we'd say we're off and running here in this championship match. Again, these two know each other very well. It was less than 2 weeks ago that they had that championship match as Steen's backed into the corner by Cross. Clean break. And Steen, he likes to take his time. He'll be more than happy to use the ropes to his advantage. And he is accusing Jonathan Cross of pulling, and I quote, championship hair. And unsurprisingly, this claim not being corroborated by the fans at ringside. I don't think they would agree with Steen even if he was telling the truth. They don't like him because he doesn't tell the truth. And you can hear the fans telling you exactly what they think of Lincoln Steen. Tie up in the middle of the ring. See if either man can assert an advantage here. As Steen again claiming to be a victim of a hair pull. And again, the 5 count administered. He has 5 to break, and he will. Cross doesn't want to get himself disqualified now. After he lost, well, he didn't lose. He won his first title match by disqualification, but it wasn't enough to capture the title. Fans getting on the case of Lincoln Steen here. He's denying the accusation that he's a crybaby, but I think these fans know what they're talking about. Cross in the white, Steen in black. Cross the challenger, Steen the champion. The fans that are clapping, I don't think are clapping for Lincoln Steen. Yes. Fans very much behind Jonathan Cross, the young challenger. Tie up middle of the ring, back to square one, so to speak, as now Steen gains the advantage and puts Cross into the corner. Breaks just before 5. As Lincoln Steen claiming that he pulled hair in retribution, but we know that Jonathan Cross was playing by the rules. He was not partaking in such activities. Crowd firmly in the camp of Jonathan Cross. Lincoln Steen going outside the ring, but remember, Cross knows he's got to finish this in the ring because he remembers what happened. This gentleman blocking Lincoln Steen in case he had any ideas of running away. Cross saw Steen to retain his title by disqualification last time, so he's got to be mindful of that when Steen goes outside the ring. He doesn't want Steen to get counted out. And of course, Jeremy Murray, the referee, will do his best to make sure this is decided in the middle of the ring. And Lincoln Steen running after fans and is running for cover. Lincoln Steen, he needs to worry about his opponent. And he's somebody who's been proven that he can be rattled by the fans, but they seem to be really getting under his skin tonight. And you have to wonder, is that going to be a factor in this matchup? Can Cross take advantage of the self-imposed distractions that Lincoln Steen has put himself under? And again, not in a hurry to engage. And full credit to Jonathan Cross, he's taking this all in stride. He's letting Steen get himself worked up. Ordinarily, you'd say the challenger would have to go after the champion, but I think this might be good work here by Cross. He's letting Steen get it in his own head. Steen does, reluctantly perhaps, get back into the ring. As Cross with Steen in the middle of the ring.
Lincoln Steen sucks, and that's from Justin Newhook.
The guest color commentator has made an appearance, and he's let you know his opinions on the champion, Lincoln Steen. What are the odds that Steen gets disqualified in this match, Justin?
It's pretty high because Lincoln Steen doesn't know how to wrestle. All he knows how to do is cheat and cry, so pretty sure he's going to cheat. And one of these days, I think it's time for the Newfoundland Nightmare to take that title off his shoulder.
Oh, how about that? Well, the Celtic Roots champion, Justin Newhook, would certainly have a case for himself, and we're certainly thankful that Newhook has proven to be more fighting champion than Lincoln Steen.
Always. I always want to be the workhorse champion for ECPW, day in, day out. I might not be the most technical wrestler, but I will bust my ass for this company. I think I've proven it time and time again.
Well, successful title defense earlier tonight against Joey White. As Lincoln Steen makes his way outside the ring, what were your thoughts on the youngster Joey White? He was a game challenger.
Honestly, Joey, he's an up-and-comer, and I hate to say it because it's super sound cliche, but he is an up-and-comer. He's learning the ropes really well. But the one thing that a lot of people don't know is we are actually cousins by marriage. So I know all his ins and outs long before he ever stepped in foot in the ring. So that's the advantage I got on him. He's just got the looks on me, but that'll fade in time.
Yeah, I know all about that as time goes on. Lincoln Steen is making his way outside the ring. We appreciate Justin Newhook adding some insight to this broadcast as Steen is not in a hurry to engage. Is going to make his way back in to the ring. As, of course, that was a great championship match earlier tonight. We just heard from Newfoundland Nightmare Justin Newhook, who successfully defended his title against Joey White. And we're lucky enough to be seeing two championship matches here as the ECPW Heavyweight Championship is up for grabs here as Lincoln Steen. And again, I think this works into the favor of Jonathan Cross. Steen is just getting himself so worked up, and Cross is just allowing it to happen. If you can allow the champion to beat himself, hey, you can win that championship that way. Cross will take it. So, middle of the ring as Steen and Cross locking up. Test of strength perhaps in the middle of the ring. We'll see who will emerge with any sort of edge here as evenly matched thus far, but Steen with a kick to the stomach, and that's one way to win the battle, I guess. And still jawing at the fans. Steen whips Cross off the ropes. Oh, a shoulder tackle, an elbow right to the upper body of Steen, and a hip toss attempt. Another hip toss by Cross. And a powerful slam pinfall attempt. We're going to have a new champion right here. Oh, and a 2 count. As Cross backing Steen into the corner. Series of kicks. As now Cross asking the fans if they want to see it. Series of blows. Right to the head of Lincoln Steen. 9 blows, and does he have one more in him? You know that he does. Cross takes Steen now with a kick to the stomach. And he's looking out into the crowd. Oh, big suplex. And Steen down on the mat. Perhaps rolling suplexes. That's a second. You know when there's 2, there's going to be 3. Cross. Oh, looks like he's going to move this into a fisherman suplex. Perhaps going for the win here. He's got him down. 1, 2. Trio of suplexes wasn't enough, but Cross, the challenger, in command of this matchup right now. Lincoln Steen, the ECPW champion. Title hanging in the balance. Very much up for grabs. Oh, well scouted by Steen. And once again, the champion not afraid to go outside the ring to try to change the momentum of the match. He's finding no friends there amongst the youngsters. And his Cross, gonna go for a high-risk move. Oh! Takes Steen down into the crowd. As Lincoln Steen onto the hard grass. Folks, if you're watching this on tape in the future, we haven't had rain here in a long time. That grass is very hard on the back of Lincoln Steen. As Steen is pushed into the ring. Cross, perhaps, looking for the title. Of course, if you're watching in the future, you know who wins this match. But for the rest of us in the present are very much wondering who's going to walk out of this as ECPW champion. Cross goes to the top rope. Oh, and he's taken down by Steen. As Cross given a punch by Steen. As Cross hung up now on the second rope. As Steen looking perhaps for a suplex off that second rope. That would be less than pleasant for the challenger Cross. As Steen pulling Cross up to the top rope. Perhaps a superplex in play. Oh, devastating impact. Cross goes down to the mat, and now the champion firmly in control of the match. As he takes a bow, and that goes over as well as you might have thought. Pinfall attempt, 2, and very arrogant, lackadaisical cover from the champion. As Steen appealing that it was 3. Jeremy Murray, the referee in charge, knows that it was only 2. As Cross in the middle of the ring. Steen trying to take Cross down. Couple of elbows to the stomach. Oh, and a knee to the stomach of Cross. As Steen jawing with the fans as he's got Cross grounded in the middle of the ring. As Steen now. Front face lock has Cross lined up. As Cross now finding himself in a world of hurt. He's going to need to find a way to get his way back up. You hear the "Let's Go Jonathan" chants from some of the fans here. Cross able to get his foot on the rope. That's going to be enough to break, but the momentum has changed substantially in this match, and Steen's been able to slow it down to his pace. And for all the talk about getting rattled by the crowd, Steen is a veteran in the squared circle. He knows his way around the ring. Now he's grounded his opponent. Murray, the referee, making a break at 4. As Lincoln Steen has Jonathan Cross in his sights. Cross being pushed against the rope by the knee of Lincoln Steen. Those are the types of maneuvers that'll wear a man down. As Steen happy to tout his success to the fans, but he still has a match to win here. ECPW title on the line. We talked about it earlier. Jonathan Cross was victorious by disqualification in New Waterford earlier this month, and a rematch granted as a result of that match. Steen going up to the second rope. We saw Cross deliver 10 punches earlier. Will Steen try to return the favor? That's 3 big punches. Some of the fans counting. They just want to know whether he's going to keep pace with Cross. I know. Perhaps he didn't like the fans keeping themselves entertained with the counting, so pulls them back to the middle of the ring. As the fans again getting on the case of Steen. Reversal for Cross. Fireman Scary into a move that brings Steen into the middle of the ring. Both men down in the center as going to be at 10 count administered here by Murray, the referee, Jeremy Murray. And now, which man will find his way up first to gain the advantage? A long bout has taken its toll on both competitors. As Murray, the referee, counting, and both men beat the count. Steen's punch is blocked by Cross, who comes back with a big blow of his own. Another big punch there by Cross. And a third, trying to take Steen down. Challenger Jonathan Cross rips Steen across the ring. Spine buster, middle of the ring. Is he seeing the title in his future? Jonathan Cross trying to line up Lincoln Steen. Saying welcome to the Crossroads. Oh, big boot to the head of Steen. Pinfall, middle of the ring. 2.5, 2 3/4. Some of the fans in disbelief here. They thought that was going to be it. Thought there was going to be a new champion here in ECPW. Inches, millimeters away. Crowd on the hands, cheering on Jonathan Cross. I think some of the fans here think that a title change may be imminent. Oh no, Jeremy Murray put in the way by Steen. And once again, Lincoln Steen breaking every rule in the book to try to retain his championship. Cross counters, Crossroads! Pinfall attempt, but there's no one there to count. I think these fans could count to 20, and Steen's not getting up from that. But Jeremy Murray, the referee, knocked out earlier. Looks like Steen coming too. Wait a minute. JP Sims is making his way to the ring. What is he doing here? Sims turning across a rod. Oh! Modification of a stunner, and now Cross finds himself down in the middle of the ring. And is he going to use that water bottle to revive referee Jeremy Murray? Pinfall attempt. No, not like this. Oh, I can't believe it. Once again, Lincoln Steen.
And still your ECPW heavyweight champion, Lincoln Steen.
Unbelievable. Lincoln Steen, once again, by hook or by crook, and this time with the assistance of JP Sims, finds a way to defeat Jonathan Cross. He was disqualified last time. This time he gets the pinfall attempt. And poor referee Jeremy Murray took the brunt. He can only call what he sees, and seeing JP Sims in the ring, he might have an inkling that something has gone down here. Wait a minute, here come the reinforcements. Rudy Lockhart and Rick Jasenko making their way down to the ring. And Steen and Sims are going to run for cover. I'm glad those two were there to make sure this didn't get any worse. But at the end of the day, it is going to go down in the record books as a successful title defense for Lincoln Steen. We may not have heard the last of this story, as all of a sudden, now that the numbers are a little more even, Steen and Sims want no part of that trio in the ring. As Jonathan Cross looking and wondering what might have been, as that's 2 times now he's had an opportunity, only to be denied by the chicanery of Lincoln Steen. And this time, JP Sims comes to the rescue. But I'm sure that seeds have been planted here for future showdowns. This is not a beef that'll be settled easily, as Lincoln Steen is taunting the crowd, so to speak. As Jonathan Cross, a game effort in defeat. You have been watching a great night of ECPW action. Thanks for watching ECPW's Exhibition Explosion on Rogers.